Hello there, my name is Ben Doyle and it is my great privilege to be the head teacher of St Peter's Catholic School in Bournemouth. Now normally at this time of year we'd be out visiting our local feeder schools and also holding some events here on site as well for parents with children in year 5 who are looking to send their child to us and once they get to year 7. Now obviously this year that hasn't been possible because of the restrictions that are still in place. So we've put together a short video just to say a little bit more about who we are at St Peter's and what our ethos is all about. We've also got another video accompanying this one which has some drone footage of our school site as well, so you can get more of a feel for our beautiful facilities we have here at our school. Now the picture on your screen at the moment is our very first cohort of students who came through our school doors. This was all the way back in 1936. There's only about 60 children in the photo here altogether. And whilst we don't know too much about the individuals in the photo, we do know that they were a very close-knit community. We do know that that sense of community, that was something absolutely key for them, even 85 years ago. And over those past 85 years, we have grown and grown as a school. This picture here was taken on our 80th anniversary in 2017. You can see our beautiful facilities, you can see our beautiful location as well. And front and centre of the photo, you can see our community that's grown from just 60 to about 2,000. So we're here today with about 2,000 young people and a number of adults who are there to support them. And whilst our community is much bigger, that is still absolutely central to who we are about as a school. So we're a community that cares for one another, we're a community that looks out for one another, and we're a community that really cares about the individuals. Now we're a Catholic school and we're part of the Diocese of Portsmouth and also the De La Salle order, and I'll explain a little bit more about what that means in just a moment, for boys and girls aged between 4 and 18. If you want to understand what our ethos is about, I think you need to look no further than our mission statement, which goes as follows. With Christ as our guide, learning together, loving God and each other, becoming the best we can be. And when we're talking about loving God and each other, regardless of your faith background, I think one thing that really does explain this is the golden rule, and it's something that's taken from St Matthew's Gospel. I actually have this picture here on your screen now hanging up behind me in my office, and it's a very famous picture by the artist Norman Rockwell that hangs up in the United Nations building in New York. And it's got the golden rule, which is from St Matthew's Gospel, on the page as well. Do unto others as you would have them do unto you. So really it's about treating other people as we want other people to treat us. And that is absolutely central to loving God and each other, what we're all about here as a school. I did want to say a little bit about St John Baptist de La Salle as well, because I mentioned on the previous slide we're part of the De La Salle order. And St John Baptist de La Salle was around over 350 years ago. He was an absolute pioneer in terms of training teachers and all sorts of other incredible things that are still with us today. But I think the most poignant thing he ever said that absolutely sticks with us today is what we expect from our teachers. And this is what he said. To touch the hearts of your students is the greatest miracle you can perform. So it's absolutely key that our teachers here are not just about inspiring the minds of our young people, but also about touching their hearts as well. So we're about touching hearts and we're about inspiring our young people to become the very best they can be. When we talk about becoming the best we can be, one of the things you may be interested in is exam results. You want to know that if you send your child to us, they're going to do exceptionally well at GCSE and at A-level. Now, obviously, the last couple of years have been different because we haven't been able to run exams as we normally would. What I will say is that one of my favourite days of the year is when the students come in to collect their exam results. We see so many emotions on that day. The vast majority of our students are exceptionally happy because they do so well. In fact, every child here who engages well with their learning, who does everything that's asked of them and really tries to be an independent learner will do absolutely superbly in their exam results. That happens year after year. And whilst we can't really look at exam results for the last year, what we can do is look at exam results year on year. So what we do know is that we've got this track record of excellent exam results. At GCSE, we can look back to when the progress measures were really changed in 2014, and we can see that our students have performed significantly above average year after year after year. In fact, the last time we did exam results, when we look at the percentage of students who got a grade 5 or above in their English and maths, which is really the gold standard that the government now looks for, we were at least 10% above national, and that's something we have done year after year as well. When we look at A-level, again, we see our results are consistently above average and that our results are improving year on year. So overall, what I can say is that our students make great progress at all key stages, and I'm a firm believer that success breeds success. So the sooner your child starts working exceptionally hard with us, the better they will do in the long run. So we really need to start that all the way in year 7 when they join us. We want them to do the very best they can, to try as hard as they can in their lessons, and that will mean they will do superbly well once they get to their GCSEs and their A-levels. But we're not just about exam results, I've said. There's something far more important, well, maybe not more important, but equally as important, is that we look to form the whole person. So absolutely, we've got to develop those intellectual talents, but we also want to develop the whole person as well. So the formation of the whole person is something we're very much interested in. Now, just before the lockdown last year in March 2020, we had a Section 48 validation. And a Section 48 is effectively, it's Ofsted for Catholic schools, where people come in and inspect us and tell us how we're doing as a school. And I'm delighted to say that they said we were outstanding back then. They were really impressed with what it is we're doing here at St Peter's. And I just wanted to share some of the quotes from the report, which I thought were absolutely key and would help, again, give you a little bit more of a sense of what we're about as a school. Parents are very positive about the school, with one commenting, "It's a wonderful, caring, kind, inclusive, supportive and friendly community." Staff speak warmly about the school, describing the caring and family and supportive nature of this community. Students feel well supported throughout their time at the school. The strong pastoral systems ensure young people feel safe and have an adult to talk to when needed. The pastoral team take a pride in knowing each child well. The mission statement, "With Christ as our guide, learning together, loving God and each other, becoming the best we can be," is known and valued by all, and it can be seen lived out in the daily life of the school. And there is a strong sense of Lassallean welcome, care for the individual and desire to serve. Throughout the school, there is a calm sense of order and purpose. So understandably, we were absolutely delighted when we had that report that came to us just before lockdown, and something we really do want to continue to build on as we move through. But we do need to get our teaching and learning right. This is one thing that's absolutely key. We spend so much time focusing on our teaching and learning to make all our students can become their best they can be. We want our children to be independent. We want them to be creative. There's so many things we want our students to be. And we set up our lessons to ensure that we always get the best out of our students here at school, no matter what the subject is. We love to push the creative arts as well and sport. These are absolutely important to us, central to us. We're not just about the book-based subjects. We want every student to do well in every aspect of their learning. The picture I've just put up on the screen is our beautiful theatre we have here. You can see a class of Year 7s here. And we're exceptionally proud that every year we put on a wonderful production around about February time. You'll all be very welcome to join it. I don't know if I can reveal the title yet for next year, but I'd certainly say you're very welcome to come along if you'd like to. But a real opportunity for our students to showcase all their talents and skills, their abilities, not just in the classroom, but also outside of the classroom. As I say, it's about developing the whole person. And that really goes beyond lessons as well. The picture here is of our sports day. I think this is the 800 metres happening at the time. And the picture I'm just showing you now is something that really, made me realise what a special community we are. This is two students here, one in green, one in blue, wearing their house colours, should be racing against each other. But the student in green, I'm not sure if you can see it, actually hurt himself on the race. So rather than stop the race, the student in blue, who should have been competing against him, supported him and helped him to the line. I thought that was a wonderful example of how caring we are as a community. We've got a group here of students who do some learning outside of the classroom as well. What we're seeing in this picture is they're growing some vegetables. I think it is out in one of our allotments we got here at St Peter's. So again, we look for other opportunities to help our students develop. We've got many clubs and activities. One that's very popular every year is our junior enterprise, where students in Year 7 and 8 can go about designing a product and selling a product and doing all sorts of incredible things with that product. And then it's something that really does build them up to later on in life. When they get to the sixth form, they can actually join our young enterprise group, and so actually use some of those skills they've learned earlier on and help them develop them. It's all part of helping to form the whole individual. The picture here we see is a wonderful one of when our students actually become the teachers. So again, we're immensely proud of our sports leaders here at St Peter's. So if your child has a particular interest in sport and would like to pass on some of those skills to other people, once they get further up the school, they become a sports leader and help to organise events for children at primary schools. In fact, some of your children may even have had an experience with some of our sports leaders as they came to visit your school over the past couple of years. I think our chaplaincy is absolutely key to us as well. Here is Liz Cooper, who's one of our chaplains here at St Peter's, do incredible work and looking after the whole person. So being able to talk to students, perhaps if they're having a bit of a tough time, or to help them explore issues of faith they may have as well. So we're immensely proud of this very wide offer we have for our students here at St Peter's. And these are things that are happening on a daily basis every single time. Now, every year we look to do some bigger events as well, some events that really sum up, who we can be as a community, some of the best things we can be. Every year we have a sponsor walk to Hengistbury Head in memory of a teacher of ours who sadly passed away a few years ago. And this is one of my favourite days of the year, where the entire community walk to Hengistbury Head and back, and we raise a lot of money for charity. And we also do, some education on the day as well. So it's a real event that shows exactly who we are. We're always very proud of our students who behave themselves impeccably when they're out walking. And members of the community always comment on what a pleasure it is to see our students out doing such good work. So that's one day when we come together as a community, which really sums up who we are. The other day we come together as a community is when we celebrate our feast day of St. Peter and St. Paul, and the whole school comes together for a mass on the school playground. Obviously, again, this is something we've not been able to do this year or last year, but we are really looking forward to being able to do this again next year. And it's so what we come together and we celebrate mass together as one community. And it's just a wonderful event for us all to come together as a school, all the way from reception, all the way up to year 13. A great day. And I really hope your child will join us and be part of that one day as well. So just really to sum up what we've been talking about here this afternoon or this evening, educating the mind without educating the heart is no education at all. That quote is attributed to Aristotle all the way back in 300 BC. And I think that's absolutely key we understand that. We're not just about educating the mind. We've got to educate the heart. We've got to educate the whole person. And I think this quote I've got now on the screen from Pope Francis, again, absolutely sums up what Catholic education is about. Education cannot be neutral. It is either positive or negative. Either it enriches or it impoverishes. Either it enables a person to grow or it lessens, even corrupts them. The mission of schools is to develop a sense of truth, of what is good and beautiful. And this is absolutely what we strive to do here at St. Peter's. Now, one of the questions I often get asked by parents is whether their child will be able to get into St. Peter's because they know that we're a very popular school, we're a very oversubscribed school. In fact, last year I think we had about 700 students wanting to come to us for the following September. So it's worth just going through the oversubscription criteria here at St. Peter's. So in order of preference, or order of priority rather, the first group who get a place at St. Peter's are those who are baptised Catholic, looked after and previously looked after children. Then it's baptised Catholic children. And then the third category is other looked after and previously looked after children who don't fall into category 1. The next category down 4 is children of staff at the school. Number 5 is Christians under the Catholics. Category 6 is children of other faiths. And category 7 is all other children not in any of the above categories. Now, whilst I can't say what category will go down to each year when you apply for a place at St. Peter's, what I can say is that last year we just dipped into category 7. So we were able to take students in all categories here at the school. So what I say is come along to the open evening, find out a little bit more about it. I would read the full policy for more details, which is available on our website, which I've got there at the bottom of the screen. But certainly, if these are questions you have about whether you think your child may be able to get into St. Peter's, whilst we can't give a definitive answer each year, what we can do is say where we got to last year. And like I say, for last year, we went to category number 7. But as I say, we can find out far more about this on our open evening, which I'll tell you about in just a moment. So that was just really a very, very whistle-stop tour of the school and who we are, what we're all about here. What I would say to you is there's no substitute for actually coming to visit a place and have a look around the place and being able to talk to some of our staff and some of our students. And it looks like at the moment, with restrictions the way they are, likely to end on the 19th of July, that we'll be able to hold our open evening as usual. So a date for your diary is the 23rd of September 2021. Our open evening will be from 5 p.m. to 8:30 p.m. And on that evening, you'll come in, there'll be a talk from myself and some of our students and some other people as well. And you'll get a real opportunity to walk around our site, to visit the classrooms, to talk to the teachers, to talk to our current students as well, just to find out more about us. Well, I hope that's been useful for you. I'm really sorry I haven't been able to come out to the school to meet you in person or be able to invite you into the school in person. But like I say, 23rd of September, look forward to seeing you all there. Thank you all very much. Take care and goodbye.